Hey, my friends. So I want to welcome you to my cancer reveal. Yeah, that's right. I was recently diagnosed with cancer, and I'm actually going in for a surgery tomorrow. And I'm lucky because I caught it early, and so it's like stage 2, and so the outcomes are really good. So, I'm really happy about that. Um, to say the least, when you get a cancer diagnosis, it's not an everyday occurrence, and so there's a lot of emotions and a lot of anxiety that comes up surrounding it. And so, I found out about it on uh, July 28th, and I got my diagnosis by the 5th. And then I had to wait for scans to come back so that I understood whether it metastasized or not, or if it was localized to the areas that I had discovered it. And so, fortunately, it came back that it was just in that local area, and there's no metastasis, and so I'm good. I'm gonna beat this. It's cool. But the reason that I'm telling you this is that because I've decided to go public with it, because I want to attempt to contribute to the body of knowledge of how to fight this disease, and how to do so in a way that is healthful, and helpful. So for the past 7 years, some of you may know that I've been treating cancer patients primarily, and um, the irony is not missed on me that I just quit a cancer center to come out and move to San Francisco. Um, I did so for a reason, though. It's because I came here to work with Misha Cohen. Misha Ruth Cohen. She has a 501c3 that's called the Mercy Foundation, and since the 80s, she's been working with people that have chronic unremitting disease using integrative Chinese medicine to help what Western medicine couldn't solely solve. So keeping people alive, keeping people, with reduced symptomology, like that's what Misha does, and so that's why I came here, because she's a forerunner in this medicine, and I really wanted to be able to build my skills through working with her. Um, and so, since I've been missing a lot of work and having to go to a lot of doctor's appointments, I'm not able to be around as much to help sustain the foundation, like I normally would. Um, we train a lot of students. We have interns that come from different colleges, Westmont College, from Oberlin College. We also have Chinese medicine students that come here to train with us, and we also have graduates that come to work with Misha to learn how to be better practitioners. Misha is a practitioner's practitioner. She's not a theoretical person. She's on the ground treating patients all the time. And once in a while, she gives a lecture. So, the amount of people that she's made better is remarkable. And I see the files. They're actual files. Coming from a hospital where everything was computerized, and coming to a place where there's actually files, it's been overwhelming. But anyway, that's a different story. Um, Cancer is a chronic disease that like 40% of us are going to come up against eventually in our lifetime. It's not an uncommon thing anymore. It's not like it's this tragic diagnosis, and because of its history, it has that connotation to it. Like it feels like cancer is a death sentence, and it's not. And that's one of the things that I want to contribute to helping people understand. The treatments that I'm going to go through, they're going to suck. It's it's not going to be pretty for the next couple of months, and the surgery tomorrow is just the first step. But it's not overcomeable, if that's a word, and and so I'm positive about it. The thing is that I'm going to be missing a lot of work, and this foundation really needs me to be able to continue to flourish. And so, how I feel like I'm going to give back is that I'm going to make this a learning or a teaching opportunity. It's going to be learning for me because I'm going to be learning about the stuff that I've been talking about for a long time, firsthand. But it's going to be a teaching process too, because I want to teach people about how Chinese medicine, integrative Chinese medicine, works with Western medicine in helping to alleviate conditions and to elongate life when we have these chronic diseases that are just plaguing us. And no one medicine has the answer. We work better through integrating our ideas and our knowledge. And I've been doing it for a long time, working for the hospital in Santa Fe. And Misha's been doing it for a long time in her private practice and working with UCSF, doing research, working with the Society for Integrative Oncology. She's definitely somebody who knows her stuff, and so like I'm really proud to be part of this organization. And so I'm a bootstrap kind of guy, and so like I don't like asking for shit, and so I don't actually. I don't ever. I'm used to being the container, the container that holds up this profession and holds up the people around me and my patients. And so, I'm at a point in my life where I actually have to ask for something, and that's kind of weird for me. And so, what I want to ask is that you don't think of Buckley, like you don't be like, hey, Buckley's gonna get some radiation to his head, so maybe you can send him some ice cream or something. Like that's not what I want you to think about. I want you to think that maybe you could contribute to the Mercy Foundation, and help us help patients, and also train practitioners and train students who are from they're not all wrapped up into Chinese medicine yet, and so like they're just kind of getting their toes wet, and we're turning them on to it. And that's really a very unique situation, I think. I don't know about a lot of people that are doing something like that. And so, I feel like by doing this, I'm giving back to the community, by being a teacher, which is, I feel like, my role as a physician, as a practitioner. Like you have to teach always. You're teaching your patients all the time on how to make their lives better. And so, like I get to take a little bit of my own medicine for a little bit, and then share with you like what that feels like. And hopefully, the idea is that I'm going to be a shining example of like how this medicine mitigates the side effects of these treatments that I go through. And so like if you feel like you're like, oh well, I'd really like to support something like this, then you can make a donation to the Misha Ruth Cohen Education Foundation, the Mercy Foundation, and that would help sustain us, help sustain our teaching, help sustain our support for patients, and give me a little bit more hope that everything is going to be okay because my friends support me, and I'm feeling the love. That's what one of the things that you need to do when you're faced with a diagnosis like this. Like you gotta draw in your allies, and so me, as used to being the container, used to being yang, and used to being the provider. Now I have to ask for a little bit back, and so I hope you can consider that, and I hope that you kind of maybe think that this is an okay process for me to ask in this way, humbly, because it's not just for me, it's also for the students and the patients that we support. And it's also a tax write-off for you because it's a 501c3. So it's give and take. It's a win-win. And through this process of me sharing, I really hope that it's also going to keep me sane, because it's going to suck. It's going to be a transformative process, but it's also going to suck. So I'm trying to look at this as like a ritualistic purification by nuclear fire, with the radiation and chemo. So anyway, I'm packing my bag for getting ready for my surgery, and the hospital is so close I get to walk there tomorrow, and then I have really special people coming to pick me up and take care of me for my recovery. Yeah, thanks for listening, and stay healthy, my friends.